Good morning, everybody. So as we were learning all about the little red hen last week, I thought that I would have a go at baking my own bread rolls, just like the little red hen did in the story. So I haven't done this before, so this is something new to me. So I had to look for the recipe on the internet to make sure that I know how to make it. And what I've done is I've already measured out all of the ingredients that I need. So I have had to use some wheat flour for my bread. So unfortunately, unlike the little red hen who grew her own wheat, Miss Nun doesn't have time to grow her own wheat. So I've had to buy my wheat flour from the supermarket. So I've got some wheat flour. We have to put in some salt. I have some, this is called yeast, and this is used to make the bread rise. So we have some yeast there. We have to use a little bit of oil, and we also need to put in just a little bit of sugar. So as you can see here, I've already weighed out all of my ingredients, and I've measured out some water because we need some water as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by mixing this all together. So here we go. So I'm going to start with my flour. There it is. And then we've got here, I've measured out my yeast. So I'm going to tip that into the bowl. And that's really important when you're making bread because that's going to help the bread to rise and go puffy. We've got some sugar in here. So that's going to go in as well. You only need a little bit of sugar. And I've got some salt. So I'm going to sprinkle that in as well. And then it said I needed to use a teaspoon of oil. So I'm going to measure that now and pop that into the bowl. So as you can see, at the moment, the texture of my ingredients is quite dry. So you can see it's quite dry and floury. But now I'm going to add some water, and I wonder what's going to happen when I add the water in. Do we think the texture is going to change, or is it going to stay the same? Should we have a look and find out? I'm going to add some water in. I'm going to add a little bit at a time. I'm going to use my spatula to give it a stir. So can you see the water is starting to mix in with the flour? There we go. So add the rest of the water. Mix it all in there. Can you see that the texture is changing? I wonder what words we could use to describe this now. It's not dry anymore. I think I would probably say it's quite gloopy. That's a good word to use. It's quite gloopy, and it's gone quite wet as well. Now if we mix it all in properly, it should start to all go together in a big lump. Just like that. There. Wowee, it's actually working. Miss Nun's quite proud of that. So now I'm going to have a go at using my hands. I have washed my hands, so my hands are all nice and clean. So I can touch this now. I'm going to make sure my sleeves are rolled up. I'm going to have a go with my hands. Oh, I can tell you that it definitely feels very sticky. It's definitely quite sticky. And it actually is, in fact, very gloopy. Just like I thought it would be. So it's important to make sure all the flour is mixed in. Just like that. Okay. So now my recipe has told me that I have to leave this to stand for just 10 minutes to start with. So now I've mixed it all together and all the flour is mixed in. I'm going to leave it now for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to come back to it. And I think I probably need to wash my hands because this is very sticky. Can you see? Goodness me. Right then, I'm going to go and wash my hands now because they're very messy. And I'm going to leave this to stand for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and tell you what I'm going to do next. There we go. Right then, our timer has stopped. That means our dough has been sat for 10 minutes. So I'm going to uncover it now and have a look inside. So it still looks quite sticky and gooey and a bit wet, which isn't very nice because now Miss Nun's got to touch it with her hands. Right then, so the recipe says I have to put a bit of oil onto the work surface. Just a little bit. Just drizzle some oil over the work surface like that. And I have cleaned this first to make sure there's no germs. And then I have to take this out, if I can. Look how sticky it is. Oh, goodness me. So sticky and gloopy. Right then, now what I have to do is I have to do something called kneading. Now, if you've done baking before with your mummies and daddies or grannies and granddads at home, you might have had to knead dough before. So I'm going to knead this now, and it basically what it is you just use your hands to knead it and fold it over with your hands like that. Keep folding it. It's a bit like mixing, but into a ball. And it's not sticking to the surface because I've put oil on there and that stops it from sticking, but it's also made it quite wet and greasy. It feels quite greasy. So I have to knead this now for quite a long time. It says I have to knead it for 10 minutes. So I'm going to be here for quite a while. So I'm going to carry on doing this for 10 minutes now. Okay, so I've been kneading for a few minutes now, and my dough seems to have gone very sticky and stringy, and it needs to be a little less sticky than that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of flour to it. I'm going to sprinkle on some flour, just to make it a little bit more dry, because flour will help it to dry out a bit. There we go. Sprinkle on some flour. Hopefully this will make it a little less sticky now. And I'm going to carry on kneading the flour. Oh goodness, it's very sticky. Oh, there we go, look, it's looking more like it should now. Now I've added a bit of flour. So I'm going to carry on kneading for the rest of the 10 minutes. So I've been kneading my dough for 10 minutes now, and it's a lovely consistency. It's a lovely texture. So it's not so sticky anymore, which is good because we don't want it to be too sticky. So now my recipe says I have to put this into a lightly oiled bowl. So I've already oiled my bowl here. So it's got some oil in it so it doesn't stick. I have to put my dough in there, into a ball, in the bowl. Now what I have to do is I have to cover this now. And I need to leave it for 1 hour, which is quite a long time. I have to put it somewhere warm in the house. So I'm going to put it near to a radiator where it's nice and warm. And then in an hour, I'm going to come back and show you what's happened to it. So have a look, take note of how big it is now in the bowl, because hopefully when we come back in an hour, it's going to be much bigger than this, because the yeast that we've put inside is hopefully going to make it grow and expand bigger. So I'm going to leave it like that now. So make sure you have a look at how big that is now. I'm going to cover it in some cling film. And then I need to wash my hands because I've got very mucky where I was mixing it with my hands. Right, so there it is in the bowl, all ready to be put in a warm place. And I'll be back in an hour to show you what's happened to it. Okay, so our dough has been sitting now for just about an hour, and as you can see, it has completely risen to the whole size of the bowl. So that's amazing. It's grown so much from when we first put it in there. So what I have to do now is I need to portion it to make bread rolls. So I've washed my hands, they're all nice and clean. So I need to take it out of the bowl. I've already put some flour on the surface so that it doesn't stick. As you can see, it has gone quite stringy. So now I need to take it out of the bowl and put it onto the surface over here. Oh, it feels very sticky still. Like that. Take it all out. I wonder if any of you can remember what it was that made the dough rise as much as it did. Can any of you remember what it was? Right then, now the recipe says I need to roll it into a long sausage, like this. And then, there we go, there's my sausage shape, my bread dough. So what I need to do is I need to get a knife. Okay, I'm going to start by cutting it in half. So I'm going to end up with 2 pieces. So I'm going to cut it down the middle, like that. And then the recipe says I should be able to make 8 bread rolls. So I'm going to cut each half into 4 pieces, so that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces. So I'm going to cut this one in half again, and then these bits in half again, like that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to do the same. Oh, it's quite sticky. I'm going to do the same again over this side. So in half, and then in half again on each piece. Now what it says I need to do is I need to roll each little bit into a ball. Now we do this in dough disco all the time, don't we? So we have to put it in the palm of our hands and make it into a ball. And once it's in a ball, it says they have to be quite tight, so I'm going to give them a little squeeze. Like that. Now once it's in a ball, I'm going to put it onto the baking tray, which has got a little bit of flour on it to stop it from the rolls from sticking. I'm going to put them all on here. Now it says I have to leave some space in between them because apparently they carry on growing. So even though they've grown lots already, apparently they still keep growing more. So make sure there's some space between them, like that. To cover them with a tea towel. So I've got a nice clean tea towel here. I need to cover them over, and I need to leave them again for another 30 minutes. So I'm going to leave them there, and then hopefully when I come back, they're going to have got even bigger, and then they're ready to go in the oven, which is very exciting. And so my bread buns have been sitting for 30 minutes. I'm just going to brush some egg on top of all of them, like this. And then they've got to cook for 30 minutes, and then I have to take them back out again. So we'll see what they look like when they come out of the oven. In they go. So I've just removed my bread rolls from the oven, as you can see here. So they have gone a little bit flatter than I would have liked. I'm not really sure why, but they look quite tasty. I've cut one open so that you can see the inside. So I'm excited to taste them and see what they've come out like. So everybody, I did have one of my bread rolls for my lunch today. So I had mine with some soup, which was really tasty. So once the rolls were cooked, they weren't sticky or gloopy or stringy anymore. They had gone quite solid, quite hard, but not too hard. They were soft enough that I could chew it when I was eating it. And in the middle had gone quite spongy as well. It was quite spongy bread in the middle. So the outside was quite solid, and then the inside of the bread roll was quite spongy. So that's what they felt like once they were cooked. So you can really see how the texture from when we made it from dough all the way to the bread roll had changed lots of different times. So now you all know how to make bread rolls. So if any of you do decide to make your own at home, then please let me know. I'd love to see how yours come out. But I hope you enjoyed my lesson today. Thanks for watching.